The time you waste now, you will eventually pay back in the future. When you don't put time into yourself and you don't build skills, or you don't build, if you just don't put the effort in yourself and you don't evolve as a person, that time you wasted in the future, you will pay back to somebody else. You won't have complete control of your life. Let's take working for an instance. When I was younger, I would kind of, waste my days away. And at the time, it was no big deal. Like, nothing happened to me. I just carried on to the next day, wasted that day. But now I look back and I realize that the time that I've wasted back then, I am now paying it back now at my job. Now my time at my job is being controlled. My physical body and my time is being controlled by a click of the button when my manager clicks set the schedule. Now my day, my time is being controlled by somebody else, by a company. A company that will replace me if I decide to leave. A company that really does not care about me, a dead end job. And I'm just speaking from my situation. Right now, it's not like I have a family where I need to take care of and work, 40, 50 hours a week. So I'm lucky enough to not be in that predicament because I'm still young. But on a smaller scale, I've realized that because of the time I wasted, I am paying it back. I am glad that I've realized this early because I can make the change and I can now change my life and control my life for the better, where I have complete control over all of my time. So that is what I am working towards now. But any time that I want to procrastinate, or I want to waste time, or I just want to, lay in bed all day because that's what's comfortable. Now I know that wasted time, it does no harm in the present moment. It doesn't change my life, but it will be paid back. And that goes for everything. I just gave the example, at work, but let's say like your physical body, you waste time or procrastinate not working out, and then later on in the future, because the time is gonna pass. Whether you work out or whether you sit on the couch, the time is gonna pass. But your future self will suffer for it. It'll pay. You know, it's cause and effect, and the effect you get in the future is being caused by what you do on a day-to-day basis. So when you don't work out, you don't get in shape. Your discipline lacks. You don't build these essential skills like discipline, or just whatever that comes with working out. Pushing yourself, and your future self will now not have these traits. Versus if you did work out, if you did put the time in, you didn't waste time. You put time, you controlled your time by being productive with it and putting it back into you, and your future self will reap the benefits. That's what I'm trying to get at. So I am glad I've come to this realization. I've always hated having my time controlled. It's almost like, I just hate it. It's almost like humiliating. It is just, me personally, I hate it. I know some other people, they're fine with working a 9 to 5 job, and that's completely okay. But for me personally, I'm speaking from my experience, I cannot live with the fact that my time is being controlled. It offends me. It genuinely offends me. Like, I resent work. I resent my time being controlled. So I know a lot of young people feel this exact same way. So if you're listening now, it might sound intimidating because I think back, and my old self would have definitely been, when it came to, let's say, getting a career or making a living or doing this and that, supporting yourself, it was always kind of intimidating. It was very daunting. Putting in action and doing it for a consistent amount of time for years was very daunting. But I think when you take it just day by day, and you are certain in what you're doing, what you're doing feels good, when you build a routine, and this all takes time. But when every day you wake up and things have to get done, that will benefit your life, your mental life, your physical life, your spiritual life, your career, whatever you want to do in life that'll make you happy. If you put in steps, if you put in the effort, then that road of uncertainty, I've talked about this in a previous video, I'll link it, but that road of uncertainty and that fear of the uncertainty becomes less and less, and it actually helps you on a day-to-day basis put in the work and not get discouraged when you don't get results in 1 month of consistent effort, and through time your life will change for the better. Whatever you want to go for, if you put effort in and put the steps, you will get it. So for me, the goal is to quit my job and make a living off of this and other businesses, right? So now I wake up every day with that vision in mind, and I take the steps to achieve that, And right now my time still is being controlled by my job, but I am sure enough and confident enough in myself where the work doesn't discourage me, or I don't get discouraged that I won't get to where I want to get to. And I've just realized that I went on a big side tangent about my past self being intimidated, but if this message sounds intimidating, I think it does sound intimidating, but I think that's really the only way to say it. That's the only way to really get the point across that when we waste our time, we will pay it back in the future. So it's never too late, The best place to start is right now, If now, then never. And that means if now, then never. Because the only thing we have is now. So in 3 weeks from now, that's going to be now. That's going to be the present moment. So if it's not now, then it is never. Which means, I don't know, you might have died or something. I don't know. But right now is the best time to start. It's intimidating, It's still a little intimidating to me. But I think you have a vision in place. And you kind of resent your situation to a degree. I think that'll definitely help you motivate yourself to get out of the position you're in. But yeah, if you struggle with that, maybe the self-belief aspect and navigating uncertainty, I've talked about those videos. So if you're confused about that, if you need help with that, I have past videos. I'll link them. But thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that. Thank you.